Alright, you guys, just finished my long endeavor from where I live to Santa Rosa. If you don't know, that's roughly, it's a 45-minute drive with no traffic, so probably around 50 miles. But what I really wanted to show you guys is, part of the reason I'm here is something you guys are about to see, but also because for the first time since I bought Mia, she's needed some TLC to actually remain roadworthy. So we're gonna open her up and take a peek at what that is. So it should be immediately apparent where the issue is roughly. Long story short, this hose right here, this hose which leads to right here, is not seating properly right here. We suspect it's the radiator, so I'm doing both the hose and the radiator this weekend because I don't know the time, the length of time that the radiator, how old the radiator is, and so I figured while I'm here, just replace it so I never have to think about it again. Everything else about this cooling system is done. So anyway, what I did temporarily was just pull this, puts a little bit of stress right here, which is okay because I've only done about 60 miles on it. But the other reason I'm here is if we walk into the garage.
What's up?
We're just coming in.
Oh,
you're looking all sexy for the camera today.
Hey, you know.
So
the beer got out and everything.
What's going on? What is this?
This is Project ZHP4, where we put a ZHP motor in a Z4.
There you go. I'm sure you guys remember the Z4. I'll put a picture of it right now. But basically what's going on currently is we've been refreshing this motor for the past week-ish. Right now he's working on the oil pump, and what's going on with that?
Yes, so this is the GSR M54, M52, and S50 or S52 upgraded oil pump. And currently we're having a conundrum getting the sprocket here to separate from the shaft so that I can fit the chain back up and over the sprocket, because you have to take it off and kind of bring it down over here to get the chain off, and there's not enough slack otherwise. And so actually I'm hoping Tyler can set up his little guy and give me a hand with this, because I've been here for about 25 minutes or so, and this is as far as I've made it.
Any opposition to like unscrewing these 4 bolts so you can tilt it?
I've already tried that. There's not enough slack.
Okay.
At best, you can get this. So there's also 2 round like guide sleeves that stick up on these 2 posts. There are none here. And so you can get this guy to seat and get the chain up around 2 or 3 teeth.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the chain will be all the way around. But there will be an immense amount of tension on the chain as you're trying to get this guy around that sleeve.
Right.
I tried that already. I've been at this, at the oil pump specifically for, I don't know, the better part of an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay.
So I've already had this thing unbolted a few times. I've tried, you know, putting the chain on and getting this guy in there. There's just not enough room. And the only way to get the factory off is you have to unscrew the nut and take the sprocket off.
Got it.
It's just super tightly on there, and unfortunately there's not a lot to grab onto, and the whole assembly wants to move because you can't get any of those bolts in because they are long. And you can't get them around the sprocket in any. And for the fun viewers, here, check this out. So this guy has 2, see the little guide sleeves? That one fell out and dropped into the number 1 back cup on the underside of the piston, so I had to pull this whole assembly off to get it out. That was a 40-minute detour. Jesus. And that's when I attempted to put the whole thing together with this on. So actually, don't even bother because you can't get any of the bolts in. You have to take the sprocket off. Done deal. End of the story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is actually working.
First, I build a cooling system, and next, dude, college, I'm dropping out.
I told you not to bother going.
Yeah, you can definitely see the separation now. Nice. So putting it back on, right?
Slowly, all of the bolts, a little at a time.
It is working. What? Oh, it wants to now, huh?
A little bit, ooh.
So when are we building our own radiator and cooling system in car and electrics?
I really want to do an electric swap.
Ooh. Unfortunately, the 40,000 I would use to do that swap is, yeah, you're moving it.
Can you hold the end of the motor? I don't like it shaking this much.
What, like over here?
No, over here. Because it's bouncing.
Oh, let me get a glove. So what you want me to do, just hold it like right here?
Yeah, just put a little slack on it. Or a little tension in it.
Oh. So all that for that.
But now you gotta put the nuts in.
Mm-hmm.
Can you...
Probably not, but can I what?
Can you please look up torque specs for these 4 bolts that hold the oil pump assembly or housing to the block?
Okay.
Please. I have the E46 Bentley PDF if you want to use that.
Yeah, because that's probably the most reliable source.
Laptop.
Alright, well I'm on the cams.
A lot of oils, huh?
Well, it talked about lubrication system chart, but
There's a lot of lubrications.
well, it says go to page 119, but it's just not like that.
Tight bolt. Alright, so oil pickup tube, those are 89 inch-pounds. So I'm gonna need that in a minute. Do we want to write these down or you just want to come
Here.
back?
No.
Oil pan in the block, oil pump sprocket, transmission bell housing.
Well, so you'll want these.
Oil pump to engine block. That's what I need. 16 foot-pounds. 15.
So you don't want to do. You don't want to do 47.
I'm gonna do the good and tight method, where the Sean knows what he's doing and snugs it with a 1/4 inch.
And
set.
then you do the 1/4 inch to 3/8 adaptive 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and then you grab the long
impact.
extension bar.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. After
You'll
the
get
breaker bar.
better leverage with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move forward with that.
Same process for drain plug bolts.
You just keep tightening it.
Ugga-duggas.
You just tighten it until it inverts into the oil pan. Becomes one. What are we doing here, kid?
We're gonna clean these bolts up a little better than I was about to send it.
You can always just do a send, because if it vibrates off, then you just get I believe that's new motor at that point, yeah?
This is the new motor at that point.
Have you tried the new motor for your new motor when you put in a new motor?
This is the only new motor Sean will ever get.
M54 lowers in price.
Yeah. Aside from a turbo, it was almost as expensive. Like, if it wasn't for the turbo or turbo manifold or like having to deal with the rest of the exhaust system, an N54 block was cheaper than this.
Wow.
Bare block with no exhaust manifold at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, pure stage 2 turbo.
400. I've seen people pull pretty good numbers with these though.
Yeah, but why play games with this if an N54 and we know what we're doing with the CAS and everything? Little. Maybe a little ducky will flash on the screen. Yeah, see how this has to go together? You have to bring the sprocket over here, get it on the chain, and then rotate the entire assembly over. That's the only way to get the required slack. And even then, this is gonna be really hard.
Woo! Nice.
Or somewhat lucky. Can you grab me those thread locker bolts, please?
Yeah. How about that for a little amount?
That's not.
So where you put the screws, there's threads on the other side, whereas the other 3 holes have kind of alignment shafts per se.
They have studs.
Studs, yeah.
And the whole thing gives an extra layer of strength. I'm actually pretty impressed with the unit and its design. Although the system does have a little play in it, but I spoke with Bimmer World and they claim that that's normal, so hopefully they stand behind that as this thing heats itself.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely thread by thread on each one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You gonna power wash the oil pump?
I was thinking about it.
Do you want to kind of explain this design for some of our amateurs?
We can do a cross comparison once I get this bolt in.
Okay.
I don't want to go too much tighter than that, I think.
That's mission accomplished on the oil pump. Well, a few little...
clean gloves. Can you grab me a... Oh, actually, this one's good. Yeah.
So, I mean, more or less that's done. Just got to re-add the pickup tube, and that's really it, right?
And clean the pan, and now we got to put the a new gasket
Well,
in, which
reseat it,
requires
yeah.
a lot of cleaning.
Which I'll help you out with. So
Yeah.
that's just what we'll be doing next after I finish his hot dog.
Did I get a new pickup tube O-ring?
No, you did not.
It's been a stressful evening.
Here, why don't we just kind of cover that hole up. Usually we're a fan of holes, but at this moment they're a death sentence.
Alright. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this seated for now. I'm still going to clean up the mating surface.
Yeah.
And then we're going to seat the valve cover, or excuse me, the oil pan.
To be finished tomorrow, just enough to protect it so we can do other shit. Yep.
Because I have an oil water pump, thermostat housing. I've already put the new.
Oh well, we can do those upside down.
Yeah, exactly. And CCV, we got to carry over from that intake manifold. We got to pull a DISA off of that and bring it over. And I don't know. There's 2 more boxes of stuff over there we have to install. We have an entire 6-speed to start putting together. The clutch pack. I have the new shift fork.
We're gonna be busy.
The brass pivot.
Let's definitely just finish up on this for sure.
We have a Vanos to pull.
Not that hard, really isn't.
No, but
you're just saying.
Yeah, I'm just